If there's one thing that you might have figured out about me already, is that I love books. Yes, you can see right behind me. And those are just the ones that get censored out, the ones that I want to keep near me. I love books. So today on our live broadcast, you can see the little hearts around me. I'm going to tell you about 3 books that I absolutely have fallen in love with recently. And I hope that you'll pick these books up too and put them in your library, or maybe more importantly, in your hands. So for those of you who haven't met me before, I'm Darcy Eikenberg. I'm a career leadership coach, and I help you bring your superpowers to work, help you bring that hero out that I know you already are. I write regularly at redcaperevolution.com, and I hope that you'll come over there and say hi and browse our free tools and maybe even take a look at my book, Bring Your Superpowers to Work. But today I'm here to talk about a few books by some other writers who I think have done amazing work that, when you take the time to read it, will help you bring your superpowers to work, help you be able to put that red cape back on and soar through your work and your life. And isn't that what we all want anyway? Don't we all just want to feel great about the work and the life that we have? So here's the 3 books that I am feeling so heartfelt about today that I want to share with you. And I'll put links to these books in the comments after this video, because I'm going to show them to you and they're going to show up backwards because, well, that's just the magic of video. Okay, the first one, Brené Brown's Braving the Wilderness. Now, you might have read Brené Brown before. You may have seen her famous TED Talk. And this isn't her first book. She's had several books. Brené Brown talks about being vulnerable. She talks about how you can be authentic, but let your vulnerability come through. And it's not something that we talk about in our world of work today, but yet it is more important than ever that we let ourselves ask the tough questions, be wrong, be who we are. So I was struck that I picked up Dr. Brown's book. I was struck by another article I read recently in the Harvard Business Review, and I'll try to link that here too, that talked about that loneliness is a bigger problem than ever in today's workplace. And I hadn't really thought about it before, but when I work with my clients and teams, there are things that if I'm listening between the lines, I'm hearing people say they're lonely, not feeling heard, not feeling safe to be able to express themselves. Well, Brené Brown's book gets into this, and I just want to share a couple things with you. Yes, I'm a page turner. Here is probably one of my favorite phrases, and it's the title of her chapter 4. People are hard to hate close up. Move in. You know, this came to mind the other day when I was talking to a client, and the client had been invited to go to her corporate holiday party. And it's, an airplane ride away. She honestly doesn't really like these people, but as we were talking, we realized that she hasn't really been close enough to these people, that she needed to invest some time in not only letting them know her, but in her knowing them. And I've had this own experience in my career where, somebody who I was working on in a remote team, and how many of us are doing that today? Many, a lot of us, that this person kept kind of criticizing what I was doing. Until I got the chance to meet her in person, did I really understand where she was coming from, what her priorities were, and why what I was saying and doing was at odds, and how we could work together. She'd since became a great friend. So, one of the takeaways that I love from Brené Brown's book, people are hard to hate, close up, move in. Okay, there's lots of good stuff in here too, but Brené Brown, Braving the Wilderness. Here is one that I've been waiting for. Maybe you have too. If you ever read the Heath brothers, great books like Switch, or Made to Stick. Heath brothers' new book, Power of Moments. This book not only cracks me up, but gave me so many valuable takeaways that I've got so many things, I don't know if you can see here, that are page turnered and tagged. I didn't have a highlighter with me. I usually take a highlighter with me, but I didn't have one. And even just these funny little comments that they make, and you can kind of see that, you know, these are two brothers. Now, let's face it, these are two high-end academic professionals, very accomplished, best-selling authors, but they're having fun with each other. Like, they're talking about the experience of starting in a new company, the onboarding experience, right? And this is the kind of writing that's in this book. You know, he's articulating the typical experience. The chair still bears the imprint of the previous owner, like an ergonomic buttocks fossil. I don't know about you, I just think that's funny. But the point of the power of moments is that we have the ability to create moments in our work, in our everyday life. Because the moments are what we remember. The peaks, the celebrations. So how can we take everyday things, family dinners, the start of a new employee, someone's 1000th day as your customer, how can we make those moments special? How can we actually intentionally engineer those moments? It's a great book if you're a person who is working with other clients or customers, or if you're just looking to have better, richer experiences in your own life. You know, they make a comment, and of course, it's all backed by tons of research. The Heath Brothers books are so meticulously researched. It's not even funny, without being boring. But one of the things that they talk about is that the reason that year over year we feel like our lives are going too fast, like things speed up, is because our brains aren't creating new experiences, new memories, new moments. When we do the same things over and over, it doesn't feel new and fresh, and so our brain doesn't register that. But by creating more moments in our life, we feel like we're getting more joy out of life, more excitement, more whatever we want. So I think this is a great book for anybody, especially if you want to create some more peak moments in your life, more memories, more things to remember, and things maybe for your company, your clients, or your customers to remember. So The Power of Moments from the Heath Brothers. And the third book that I finished recently that I love, now I have to admit, I actually read this book a while ago because I have the galley version, which is, in publishing terms, the galley is a pre-reader's version of Donald Miller's Building a Story Brand. And for those of you who are in marketing and communication, I hope that you're listening to Don's podcast already. But Building a Story Brand gives us a new framework to think about how we're actually telling our story to others, whether it's the story of who you are as you're looking for a new opportunity, or the story of your company or your client. His company works with companies to help them clarify their marketing message. I love his phrase, if you confuse, you lose. But there's so much that's good in here just for your own personal brand and thinking about who you are and who you want to become. One of the biggest takeaways in this book is that you are not the hero. You're the guide. Your customer, your client, the person you're talking to, your job is to make them the hero. So how can you make sure that you're not just talking about yourself all the time? That you're actually thinking about what are their pains, what are their problems, what's the story where you can help guide them. So Building a Story Brand, another, maybe this is more of a tactical business book, especially for all of my readers and listeners who are in communication, marketing, public relations type functions. And because I got a copy of the Early Galley, I also have a copy of the hardback that just came out. And so I'd like to give this to one of you for free, just as a thank you for being here. So if you would like to be in a drawing to get my copy, my hardback copy of Building a Story Brand, here's what I want you to do. Go now to tinyurl.com/askdarcy and ask me a question. Anything you want. Ask me about these books. Tell me about a book that you like. But tinyurl.com, ask Darcy. That's also the place where you can ask any of your career questions. And I answer them here and on our blog at Red Cape Revolution and other places. And I love hearing from you. So somebody who leaves a question in this next, let's say by the end of this week, I'm going to email you, get your name and address, send you my copy of Building a Story Brand. And maybe something else too. You never know. That's just the kind of person I am. Okay. How about you? What are the books that you're loving right now? Tell me about them here in the comments. Share a link or pass these books along. I think these are great books they're easy reads, plus they're fun, and you can get so much out of them. Pick up a book today. Share it with me. Tell me what you're reading. In the meantime, I hope you go bring your superpowers to work. Have a great rest of the week. Thanks for being here, and I'll look forward to seeing you over at redcaperevolution.com. Bye for now.